kick things off with a big story about gas, the only character to appear in every Fast and Furious movie. Gas prices have been falling in America for months now, but it looks like that's about to end, and just in time to throw a big greasy wrench into the midterms.
A win for Russia and potentially higher gas prices for American consumers. The OPEC Plus alliance of oil-producing countries announcing deep cuts in production to boost prices for their members, including Russia and Saudi Arabia.
Growing concerns about the future of gas prices in the U.S. We could see an increase in prices by the end of this month, just in time for midterm elections. The worst possible timing for President Biden. This comes just 3 months after the president visited Saudi Arabia, the biggest player in OPEC. Biden fist-bumped MBS and asked him to increase oil production. Instead, Saudi Arabia did the opposite.
Yes, America's ally Saudi Arabia has decided to take sides with Russia and raise oil prices. And at this point, I'm really struggling to understand the relationship between America and Saudi Arabia, right? Because it seems like a very one-sided friendship. America sells them weapons and ignores their many human rights abuses, and then Saudi Arabia is like, and in return, we will kill your journalists and raise your gas prices and do 9/11s. Thank you, my friend, thank you. We are such good friends, such good friends. But I guess that's the power you have when you're in control of all the energy, right? I mean, America can't even threaten the Saudis. What's Biden going to say? If you raise the prices, we'll fly over there and bomb the shit out of you. If you could just lend us some gas and fill up our jets, that would be great. We can't get there. And whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, you have to admit that this is not a good look for Biden. Because think about it, he had to fly all the way across the world to fist bump the crown prince. And in exchange, he gets a pie in his face. Honestly, sometimes I feel like the Saudis are just pranking American presidents, you know? Yeah, like you remember how they were with Trump? They were like, here, do this sword dance. Dance with the sword. Dance. Now, put your hands on the glowing orb. Oh my God, he's doing it, guys. He's doing it. He's doing it. Americans are so thirsty. Now, if we had time, we could talk more about how Saudi Arabia could be raising gas prices right before the midterms to punish Biden for running his mouth. Or we could talk about how America has painted itself into this corner by pushing both Venezuela and Iran so far out of the world economy that they can't help stabilize world oil prices. We could even talk about how gasoline comes from dinosaurs, which is crazy. But we don't have the time to talk about any of that because while Saudi Arabia is coming for your wallets, drug dealers are coming for your kids.
Urgent Halloween warning. Rainbow fentanyl.
This is every parent's worst nightmare.
In New York City, 15,000 rainbow fentanyl pills seized from a car just days ago, many of them found in this yellow Lego box.
The DEA calling rainbow fentanyl a deliberate effort by drug traffickers to drive addiction among kids and young adults. But medical specialists contacted by ABC say there has not been evidence presented that the pills are being given to or targeted towards children.
No, the children! Not the children! They're being targeted, although there's no evidence of that. But what if there was? The children! What is it about American news that every year they find a new story to scare parents about Halloween? Every single year in this country. Oh, they're going to put razor blades in the candy. They're going to poison the candy. They're going to switch out the real candy for weed. It's almost like every single October, the news is like, well, this Halloween, we're going to go as a gullible grandma who believes everything she reads on Facebook. Yeah. I heard that if your hand is bigger than your face, you have cancer. What are you doing? People need to stop fear-mongering. All right, the worst thing anyone gives to kids on Halloween is like a Mounds bar. That's it. Yeah, those things are so bad. Even the company that makes them is like, well, let's just name it after a big pile of dirt. Why not? Because let's play along with this logic. Let's play along. What are you saying? You're saying that drug dealers are trying to get little children addicted to drugs? So then what? They can use the millions they've made from the tooth fairy to keep the drug business alive? Huh? Drug dealers want customers, not dependents. These kids don't have the money for fentanyl. What, they're going to be walking up to a drug dealer? I can pay you in stickers, but not the glitter ones. Those are my favorite. And don't cut that shit like the last time, Marty. I want the pure stuff. Stop fear-mongering. And look, I'm not saying that drugs aren't an issue. I'm saying stop fear-mongering to the parents. Right? I see why this is happening. Right now, rainbow fentanyl is the hot new panic drug. And people, I know rainbow fentanyl is scary. But can we just take a minute to congratulate it for being an ally? Huh? Hey, cocaine, maybe your white ass could learn a thing or two about that. White all the time. Now, if we had the time, We could talk more about how American news organizations are some of the worst offenders in sensationalizing and fueling the war on drugs because their stories ensure that public support for a program that has decimated communities and incarcerated half of the United States carries on. But we don't have the time for that because while local news is trying to pump up the drug war, Joe Biden is trying to undo some of the damage it's caused.
More breaking news at this hour. President Biden just pardoned thousands of people convicted of marijuana possession under federal law. And the pardons will impact about 6,500 people with simple marijuana possession convictions between the years 1992 and 2021.
He's also asking the Secretary of HHS to review how we classify cannabis, marijuana in this country, pointing out that marijuana is classified on the same level as heroin. He wants his administration to take another look at that.
Too many lives have been upended because of our failed approach to marijuana. It's time that we right these wrongs.
Yes. Finally. This is something that should have been done a long time ago. You know? Can you imagine how many people are incarcerated? Even worse, can you imagine getting pardoned for this after seeing how mainstream weed has become in America? I bet witches probably feel the same way, you know? It's like, oh, so these hipster chicks can walk around Brooklyn with their candles and crystals, but when I did it in Salem, I got burned, bitches, I got burned! But yes, this is great for America. This is really good for America. And it's also huge. This is a huge week for the characters on Scooby-Doo. Think about it. Yeah, first Velma comes out as a lesbian, and now Shaggy's getting a federal pardon? What? And now, I know everyone is saying that Joe Biden is just doing this to boost his popularity before the midterms, but in my opinion, I think maybe this thing hits closer to home. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Biden is secretly a huge pothead. Yeah, no, think about it, think about it. Think about it. Joe Biden could smoke a lot of weed. Yeah, he's always puttering around like he forgot where he was going, you know? He's wearing sunglasses everywhere he goes. I mean, he definitely talks like he's high. He's like, America, you know the thing, I'm not joking. Come on, man, come on. We're here now, and the future's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's here. Now, if we just had a little more time, we could discuss why anyone anywhere in America is still in jail for something that almost everyone agrees isn't a crime. Or we could talk about how convenient it is that weed is no longer bad now that America has figured out how to make money from it. But we don't have the time for that because while the US is showing signs of finally getting over its obsession with drugs, Elon Musk is unveiling his master plan to get everyone addicted to something else.
After a few contentious months, Elon Musk and Twitter seem to have reached a deal, and Musk is now poised to buy the social media app.
Musk tweeting last night his purchase of Twitter will be part of his plans for an app called X, a so-called super app that acts as a condensed version of the internet, letting you do everything within one app. The best example of this is WeChat. It's owned by Chinese internet giant Tencent and has over 1 billion users, mostly throughout Asia. WeChat lets you send text messages, pay for things online and in stores, hail a car ride, play video games, and so much more. Musk telling Twitter employees in a town hall over the summer WeChat could be a model for future versions of Twitter.
Yeah, Elon Musk wants to turn Twitter into a super app that does everything in one place. And I will tell you now, I hate that idea. I don't want Twitter to do more things. I like how it works now. Every day, the entire world picks one person and destroys their life. And then the next day, we find someone else. It's perfect. It works pretty well. Oh, but for real, like, Twitter is such a toxic sewer. Why would you want to link it to all the other parts of your life? It's like a businessman saying, hey, you see this trash can? What if it was also your car? And not to burst anyone's bubble, but we already have this, all right? It's called an iPhone. Seriously, are we so lazy now that we're like, oh, I want to order someone to bring me food, but the app is all the way on the other side of the phone, and my thumb is so tired, oh. Now look, if we had a little more time, we could talk, and we could have so much fun talking about how Elon Musk thought he was trolling all of us, but instead just spent $44 billion trolling himself. And I know you might be saying, oh yeah, well he still owns Twitter, Trevor. Yeah, and somebody owned MySpace. I'll see you guys on the next app.